good afternoon as we get set for action today from Schaefer Park as the Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M get set to host Western New Mexico for Game 3 of this three-game set today. And again, Games 1 and 2 went via the Lady Buffs yesterday as they controlled things, not only from the plate, but also with the pitchers in yesterday's contest. The Lady Buffs won the first contest 10-0 in 5 yesterday. And same thing in Game 2. The Lady Buffs sweep that second game 12-0. And part of the reason was great pitching, of course, in the contest, as Emily Boyer did a great job yesterday on the mound, and so too in yesterday's contest as the Lady Buffs came away with a 10-0 and 12-0 victory over Western New Mexico. As we get set for today's matchup, and again, as you kind of look at how things stack up for the Lady Buffs, as they come into this one with some hot bats on the season. Right now, Ruby Salzman batting .414, and she sits number 3 in the conference. Right behind her, though, is Ruby Moore, number 7 in the conference with a .400 batting average. Then Brittany Rufus, 11th in the conference, and Diana Murtha is 12th in the conference. So of the top 12 batters in the Lone Star Conference, 4 of those reside with West Texas A&M as they have kind of controlled things at the plate. But same holds true for pitching. Yesterday's starters, Emily Wilson, who improved on the season with a nice victory. She is number 5 in the conference with a 1.67 ERA. And Emily Boyer, who also pitched yesterday, is number 14 in the conference with a 2.39 ERA. And, of course, Wilson improved to 6-0, while Emily Boyer improved to 13-2. Kyra Lair get the start in the circle today. She comes in with a 12-1 record and a 1.67 ERA on the season as well. So, Lady Buffs are hoping for much the same as they had in yesterday's contest. And so they're hopeful that they can get off to a quick start against Western New Mexico and see how things stack up. As the Lady Buffs, again, number 2 in the Lone Star Conference right now, sitting right behind Tyler, as UT Tyler with a 25-2 LSC mark, 37-4 overall, while the Lady Buffs are right behind them, 2 games in the loss column back at 25-4, 34-4 overall. Lubbock Christian not far back there either, 22-8 on the season. In the conference, I should say, 32-9 on the season. And then Oklahoma Christian, 21-12, 26-13 on the season. So those are the top 4 in the LSC as we continue action here today. With West Texas A&M taking on New Mexico, Western New Mexico. So for the Mustangs, their starting lineup will look this way today. Will be Adley Alvarez. She'll be followed by Sierra Salazar, who is out in center field. Cece Guardo in left field is batting 3rd. Brienne Munoz at first base. Ariana Munoz at 3rd base. Kennedy Gerard is the shortstop in today's contest. And Kylie Hickman, who is playing in right field, she'll bat 7th. Nicole Amaillo will bat 8. She is the second baseman, and Maddie Bleak is the catcher. She will bat 9th. The pitcher for today is Cassidy Polson, as Cassidy comes into this one, getting set to throw her first pitch in this one today. For the Lady Buffs, their starting lineup will look this way. It'll be for the Lady Buffs.
West Texas A&M Lady Buffs.
It'll be Gabby McConnell who will lead things off, the freshman from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She is playing at second base today. Ruby Saltzman will bat second. The center fielder, the senior from Northridge, California. Emily Boyer will be the designated player today as Boyer comes into this one, batting in the third spot. Diana Murtha will be the third baseman. Murtha from Summerlin, Nevada. Batting fifth will be Madison Johnson. She is the shortstop in today's constant. Madison from Flower Mound, Texas. Megan Gerke, the first baseman, will bat in the sixth spot. Gerke comes into this one, a junior from Alexandria, South Dakota. Julie Guzman in right field will bat seventh. Guzman from Reseda, California. Cheyenne Sanchez, the catcher, will bat eighth in today's contest. Cheyenne from Hacienda Heights, California. And then Brittany Rufus batting in the ninth spot. She is in left field. And Brittany comes into this contest as a junior from Mansfield, Texas. And, of course, homegrown Kyra Lair will be pitching today in the circle from Canyon. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are one part passion, one part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
We know that egg producers don't quit at 5 p.m. We don't quit until the job's done either. Bankers' hours don't apply at First United Bank because we believe egg lending isn't a 9-to-5 job. While you're out working the fields or managing the herd, we're making sure your money is working too. Whether it's for livestock, land, or equipment, we're one of the most dominant egg lenders in the state and have been burning the midnight oil since 1907. First United Bank. We know ag lending. We know ag.
And a great Good Friday crowd on hand for this contest this afternoon. As sun-splashed skies, a bit some high clouds way up there, but really for the most part just a sunny afternoon here in Canyon, Texas. 55 degrees will be our game time temp as we get set to get this underway. Wind will be out of the southeast at about 7 miles an hour, so not too bad. As you saw, the American flag fairly limp out there in center field. 190 down the line in left field, 200 down the line in right field, 220 to dead center at Schaefer Park as both teams get set to get this one underway. As Kyra Lair gets her final warm-up tosses in. Kyra again ranked 6th in the conference as far as pitching statistics are concerned with a 12-1 record. And they go by ERA is how they rank them. So she comes in with that 1.67 ERA, tied with her teammate Emily Wilson. And so far this season, Kyra has started in 12. This will be her 13th start of the season. She has 4 complete games so far. She's pitched 88 innings. She's allowed 61 hits, 26 runs, 21 of those earned. She's walked 32, and she has struck out 86. Getting set for this one today. Alvarez will lead things off here, the designated player, Adley. She's a freshman from El Paso. Batting from the left side, showing butt all the way. Kyra Lair's first pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Bryce Sheets, happy to be coming your way on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Our Thunder Vision crew bringing you the great pictures here from a Sunsplash Canyon, Texas. And the infield playing way in, of course, on this one. And that one's going to miss for a ball. So that even account at 1-1. Lady Buffs come in with a record of 34-4. Western New Mexico, the Mustangs at 4-33. That one's tipped off at the plate for a strike. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ashley Hickman, the head coach, in her second year for the Mustangs. She's down the third base line. Hickman, whose husband is the offensive coordinator for the Mustang football team. A pitch got in the outside corner, misses for a ball. So that evens the count at 2-2. Gorgeous afternoon to be out in Canyon for this one today. So Kyra Lair, the senior from Canyon, Texas, is ready to go. Everybody receives the pitch from catcher Shane Sanchez, and here it is. And that is going to be strike 3 as Natalie is out on strikes. We're out number 1.
Marlboro Specialty Strikeout T-shirt.
So that'll bring up Sierra Salazar as we watch the strikeout right here. And again, just a good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Kind of at the letters. It's tough for Adley to hang on, to not pull the trigger on that one as she went around. Batting from the left side, Sierra Salazar. Salazar Jr. from Tularosa, New Mexico. Pops this one up back at us, and that's off the fence for strike 1. Salazar playing in center field for this contest. Again, the Buffs controlled everything yesterday, winning 10-0 and 12-0. 5 innings in each game. Both were one-hitters, and they both came in the last inning. Here's a shot down the left field line. Britt Rufus gives chase, almost got there. Oh, and hits the fence very hard. Nice effort by Rufus. The junior from Mansfield went flying over there. She's saying, I'm okay. She heads back out. And she hit the fence hard going after that foul ball. Turns into a strike, makes the count 0-2. So no 2 count on Salazar. Settles back in, batting from the left side. I got the outside corner for strike 3. Nice pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts. 4-2 outs here in the top of the first. And again, Lair just got the outside corner. Just perfect placement on that. And so 2 strikeouts, 2 outs here in the top of the first. And that'll bring up CC Gerardo. She is the left fielder today. Lair, the right-hander, brings that one right up the middle. There's a base hit, so immediately, unlike the first 2 games, CC Gerardo gets aboard with a single here in the first. And so
First baseman number 9.
first hit of the ball game goes to CC Gerardo. And the senior from El Monte, California, on at first base. That'll bring in a Munoz. Munoz sends this one foul down the first base line, and sliding over there is Gerke to make the put out. So a pop up to first base for out number 3. So no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We have played half inning. No score for Western New Mexico. The Lady Buffs coming to the plate. We'll be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie lies wide and
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
So we get set for the bottom of the first inning for the Lady Buffs to lead things off. Be Gabby McConnell. McConnell coming into this one, the 5'4" freshman from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. She has a .368 batting average on the season. This is her 115th plate appearance. Gabby has 42 hits on the season. She scored 28 runs. 19 RBIs. She's walked 15 times and struck out 10. Gabby batting from the right side, facing Cassidy Polson. First pitch she takes on the outside corner for a strike. Gabby settles back in, sends this one towards the shortstop on 2 hops, who guns it over to first base in time for the putout. So Gabby is retired 6-3 for out number 1. Bring up Ruby Saltzman.
Center fielder number 7, Ruby Saltzman.
Saltzman comes up, the outfielder, the senior from Northridge, California. She's batting .414 on the season, tied, or I should say in 3rd place in the conference. Looks at a pitch outside for a ball. Ruby, her 129th plate appearance. She has 53 hits. She's scored 47 runs. She's driven in 37. She's walked 10 times, struck out 11. She has 14 home runs on the season. This is a slow roller hit to 3rd. Quickly up throwing. Nice play by Munoz over to Munoz. And so Saltzman is retired 5-3 for out number 2.
Lucky P number 32, Emily Boyer.
So that'll bring up Emily Boyer, the designated player today. Boyer, freshman from Harrisburg, South Dakota, batting from the right side. Her 119th plate appearance. Emily looks at a pitch way outside for a ball. Emily has 42 hits on the season. She's scored 26 runs. She's driven in 40. She's walked 17 times and struck out 23. Batting from the right side, looks at a pitch outside for a ball. Ball 2. So 2-0 the count on the designated hitter. Boyer looks at a pitch inside corner for a strike. So nice delivery from Cassidy Polson on that. Polson, a junior from Arvada, Colorado. That pitch misses for ball 3. So 3-1 the count on the designated player for the Lady Buffs, Boyer. Settles back in, ready to go. Batting from the right side. That hit the outside corner for ball 4. So Emily Boyer will be the first base runner for the Buffs via the walk. And that'll bring up Diana Murtha.
Third baseman, number 12, Diana Murtha.
So Diana Murtha, She's 12th in the conference with a .380 batting average. This will be her 109th plate appearance. She has 41 hits on the season. That's way inside for a ball. Nice job behind the plate that time by Maddie Bleak. She was able to prevent that from getting back behind her too far. Murtha settles back in, ready to go. Set a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. That evens the count at 1-1. Diana, the senior from Summerlin, Nevada. She's driven in 33 this season. She's walked 18 times, struck out 5. That one's fouled off at the plate, and that might have hit her. It was coming way inside as she was jammed up. So that runs the count to 1-2 on the cleanup batter for the Lady Buffs. Murtha settles back in, ready to go, batting from the right side. Off-speed pitch is drilled down the left field line, and that one's gone. As that is home run number 11th for Diana Murtha. She got all of that off-speed pitch. And that plates 2 runs for the Lady Buffs. As Emily Boyer comes around to score. And the Lady Buffs lead it 2-0. And again, that was just a hanging breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate. Diana Murtha got all of that one. Again, Polson kind of set it up a little bit, trying to go with the off-speed pitch. She was ahead in the count, 1-2. But that one just hung up in the air, and Murtha took advantage of it, driving it down the 190 line in left field and over the fence. And the Lady Buffs lead 2-0. Madison Johnson now looks at a strike on the outside corner. Madison, the 5'7" junior from Flower Mound, batting from the right side. Fouls this one off at the plate. So she's down in the count 0-2. Lady Buffs looking to try and sweep this series. They won the first game 10-0 in 5. Won the second contest last evening 12-0 in 5. Here's the hard shot down to third. Munoz comes up throwing over to first in time for the putout, 5-3. Round number 3. But the Lady Buffs do get 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and no one left on base. We have played an inning. And the Lady Buffs lead this one 2-0. We'll go to the top of the second, but first this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
So we go to the top of the second inning, and the Lady Buffs lead this one 2-0. 2 runs on 1 hit. No runs on one hit for the Mustangs of Western New Mexico. Ariana Munoz will lead things off, the sophomore from Dexter, New Mexico. She's the third baseman. Her sister, Rihanna Munoz, is the fifth-year player at first base. Ariana batting from the right side. First pitch swinging, fouls it off at the plate. So she's down in the count 0-1. Kyra Lair working around the circle, now walks back up to the pitching rubber. Gets the pitch. Buddy confirms. Now they retreat. This is popped up down the third base line, and Britt Rufus comes over and makes the put out. So fly out to left field for out number 1 for Ariana Munoz. That'll bring up Kennedy Gerard.
Shortstop number 13, Kennedy Gerard.
Gerard, a 5'5" junior from Carlsbad, California. Batting from the right side. Gerard settles in, awaits the delivery from Lair. That's on the outside corner for a strike. So Kyra already knows you can't have a perfect game because they got a hit in the first inning. That's all she's given up so far. That pitch misses down low, but yesterday the Mustangs only got one hit in each game, and that was in the last inning. So for head coach Ashley Hickman, already ahead of the game from yesterday with an early dinger in this one. Or early hit, not really a dinger, but that one misses outside for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike for Kennedy Gerard. She'll be followed by Kaylee Hickman. That's fouled off down the right field line and out of play. So a 2-2 count, that foul ball. That pitch is high and swung for strikeout number 3 of the ball game, out number 2 in the inning. So 2 outs here in the top of the second. And that'll bring up the third batter. There'll be Kylie Hickman. Hickman batting from the right side as well.
Right fielder number 17, Kaylee Hickman.
So Hickman, the right fielder for the Mustangs. Top of the second inning, 2 outs for Western New Mexico. That pitch is low for a ball. Hickman from Cloudcroft, New Mexico, takes a swing at an off-speed pitch. Nice delivery by Lair. She was out in front of that. Hickman, the sophomore, went to Cloudcroft High School. Off-speed pitch again fooled her, and she swung late on that one. And again, it's one of those, I don't want to swing, but yet it's right so gently soft coming in there. She took a cut, and that was right at the eyes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. See if the fastball comes in at this point. And it does for strike 3. So a 1-2-3 inning that's the fourth strikeout for Kyra Lair. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. We played 1.5. Lady Buffs lead this one 2-0. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Live where wide open roads lead to wide open spaces, where life is lived a different kind of way. We believe that generosity should always be given, but loyalty can only be earned. Community is sacred. Integrity is learned. We believe in going the extra mile, whether it's time to work or it's time to play. But most important, we believe in doing the right thing, always.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign, raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
So Megan Gerke will lead things off here. The bottom of the second inning, Lady Buffs lead it 2-1. 2 runs on 1 hit. Gerke, the junior from Alexandria, South Dakota, played at Northern Illinois before coming here to WT. And she looks at a strike on the outside corner. Gerke batting .220 on the season. She has 11 hits. This is her 51st plate appearance. Gerke playing over at first today. Scored 9 runs. She has driven in 11, and that is an off-speed pitch down the left field line, but that's going to be fouling out of play. So she's down in the count 0-2. Gerke has walked twice. She's struck out 5 times this season. She's got a double and 2 home runs. Batting from the right side. Junior settles in, ready to go. A big cut, and that is strikeout number 1. And she saw that one right about the eyes level and took a big cut, come up empty. So first strikeout for Cassidy Polson, and that'll bring up Julie Guzman, the catcher. Guzman, the 5'4" junior from Reseda, California. Guzman looks at a pitch inside for ball 1. I think I said catcher. Julie is playing in right field.
There's a Jimmy Fincher hit by pitch.
And she got struck on that as well, and so she'll head down to first base. She was hit by a pitch. And that'll bring up the Buff catcher for today. And Cheyenne Sanchez from Hacienda Heights, California. Cheyenne batting from the left side, settles in, ready to go. And Guzman fakes the run at first and heads back to the bag. So ball 1 for Cheyenne Sanchez. Cheyenne batting .286 on the season. This is her 36th plate appearance. Fouls this one off at the plate for a strike. She's got 10 hits on the season. She's scored 7 runs. She's driven in 9. She's walked 3 times, struck out 3. She has 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Sanchez settles in, batting from the left side. Fouls that one off at the plate. So she's down in the count 1-2, excuse me. 1-2. Brittany Rufus in the on-deck circle. Sanchez settles in, ready to go. Shows bunt. Try to bring the infield in. One. Now this one's popped up out into left field, and circling underneath to make that catch is CC Gerardo. So Sanchez flies out to left for out number 2.
Left fielder number 20, Brittany Rufus.
Brittany Rufus gets set, gets some final instructions from Cheyenne Sanchez. So some things that she saw from the pitcher. So Rufus shows bunt, pulls the bat back and sends this one down the left field line. Left fielder giving chase, but that's over her head off the wall. So another run will come home for the Lady Buffs as Brittany Rufus will go into second base with a stand-up double. She'll get the RBI. So the Lady Buffs lead at 3-0 as Guzman comes around to score.
Second baseman number 10, Gabby McConnell.
So we go back to the top of the order. Gabby McConnell. McConnell, who grounded out to the shortstop her last at bat. This one is over to the second baseman. And a fly line out to second for out number 3. So the Lady Buffs are able to get 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We played 2 complete. Lady Buffs lead this one by a count of 3-0. It'll be Western New Mexico coming to the plate to start the third, but first this time out on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
80 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
So we go to the top of the third inning. Lady Buffs lead this one 3-0. Armijo will lead things off. Nicole. She is a freshman from Mesa, Arizona. Nicole playing at second base, made that last out. That's all. Happens a lot. The person that makes the last out will be the first to come up to the plate. So Nicole looks at ball 1 from Kyra Lair. All-speed pitch is outside for ball 2. So she's ahead in the count, 2-0. So it'll be Armijo followed by Bleak. 8-9 in the order, then top of the order, and Adley Alpadero. Misses outside for ball 3, and you can see Laird kind of had a smile on her face because she knew when she let that one go that kind of was going to be wide of the mark. So this has got to be right in there for Nicole Armijo, and that one is in there for a strike. Home plate umpire with a delayed motion. So 3 balls and a strike for the second baseman. Fouls this one off down the right field line, out of play. So that runs the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lady Buffs lead it 3-0 here in the top of the third. Lady Buffs got 2 runs in the first on a Dana Murtha 2-run home run. Got a run in the second on a double by Brittany Rufus that brought Julie Guzman home. And that's where we're at here in the top of the third. Full count pitch on the way, and that's going to be fouled off and out of play. Good crowd on hand for this early Friday afternoon. Good Friday. School's out for the most part around the area. And so now this one, nice shot down the third base line for a base hit. Brittany Rufus will get it and throw it in, but Armijo with a single. She becomes the second base runner of the day for the Mustangs of Western New Mexico.
Catcher number 20, Maddie Bleak.
And that'll bring up Maddie Bleak. Bleak, the freshman from Mesa, Arizona. Batting from the right side. Takes a swing and comes up empty. So down in the count 0-1. See folks out here with jackets and light jackets. Not bad. It's 55 was our game time temperature, but sunny conditions. Really not a bad afternoon. Wind now picking up, though. You can hear it in the background. Another swing for strike 2 for Maddie Bleak. It's supposed to be in the mid-60s today. We warmed up a couple, and now we're at 58. Got her swinging for strike 3. So that is the 5th strikeout for Kyra Laird.
Hands up. It's time for a Scarborough Specialty Strikeout t-shirt. The DP number 8, Adlai Alvarez.
Alvarez will lead things off here now as the leadoff batter, I should say. Usually she's third in the inning here. Last at bat, she got struck out. Looks at strike 1 there. Showing bunt with a runner aboard. Pulls the bat back. That's going to be high for ball 1. So that evens the count at 1-1. Western New Mexico, young team, a lot of freshmen on the roster. 3 seniors in the lineup. This is fouled off at the plate. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for the designated player for Western New Mexico. Adley settles back in, ready to go, batting from the left side. Fouls that off at the plate. Everybody checks in to see what Sanchez is relaying to Kyra Lair. They all retreat back to their respective positions. Infield playing in. That one's slapped down the left field line, foul it out of play. Keeps the count at 1-2. Inside corner is strike 3, and Adley knew it. Strikeout victim for the second time. That's out number 2. 6th strikeout.
That means it's time for another one. We don't get tired up here.
For Kyra Lair. So that'll bring up Sierra Salazar. Salazar takes a swing, comes up empty. Down in the count 0-1. Everybody having fun, because when there's a strikeout, everybody gets to look for a T-shirt that's thrown out there. Strike 2 for Salazar. So Sierra down in the count 0-2. She was a strikeout victim back in the first inning as well. The junior settles in, batting from the left side. Misses on the outside corner for a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes for the center fielder for the Mustangs. Western New Mexico, Silver City. Ken Johnson was just in here a moment ago, and we've had a couple of trips to Silver City. As swinging for strikeout number 3 of the inning. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. As you watch, as Kyra Lara strikes out the side right on this pitch right there, got her swinging. So that's her 7th strikeout of the ball game. 3-0, the Lady Buffs with the lead. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
A onside kick, landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
3-0 Lady Buffs with the lead, and Ruby Saltzman will lead things off. The senior grounded out to third base, her first at bat. He looks at one outside for a ball. Cassidy Polson pitching here in the third inning. She's allowed 3 runs on 2 hits. Got Saltzman swinging on that high fastball. Ruby's got a 1-1 count. Quick timeout by head coach Mike Book as he saw something and he wants to relay that to his All-American center fielder. Saltzman in his quick conversation with the home plate umpire. Now settles back in to bat from the right side. Pitches high for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Bottom of the third. That's fouled off at the plate to even the count of 2-2. Yesterday, the Lady Buffs in the first game got 8 runs in the first inning as they exploded at the plate. And then kind of cruised from there, winning that contest 10-0. And then in the second ball game yesterday, kind of did they won it 12-0, but they kind of scattered their runs out. In the second one yesterday, a tie for a ball. So 3 balls, 2 strikes for Ruby Saltzman. Paulson comes home with it. That's going to be drilled out to left field, and that is going to be off the fence. Saltzman around first, head to second. Here's the throw. She slides in there safely for a double. So a leadoff double for Ruby Saltzman. And again, Ruby just got that right where she wanted it in her wheelhouse.
The DP, number 32.
That one kind of elevated as it came in, and she just took it out to left field. Nice relay by CeCe Guardo. And so, quick conversation with Ashley Hickman and the umpiring crew. So Saltzman with the leadoff double here in the top of the bottom of the third. Cassidy Polson stays out there. And that'll bring up Emily Boyer. Boyer pops this one up down the first base line, and Munoz settles underneath and gloves that one. So Boyer pops up to first for out number one. That'll bring up Diana Murtha. Her last at bat. She's 1 for 1 at the plate today. She had a 2-run home run. So Murtha with Saltzman on at second base. Looks at a pitch outside for a ball. Murtha coming into this contest, 380, but with that hit, raised the batting average to 385. Looks at another pitch high for a ball. So 2-0 the count. Murtha drove in her 34th and 35th runs of the year on that 2-run home run, which was her 11th of the season. Looks at a pitch outside for ball 3. So Paulson obviously pitching very carefully. Paulson checks the wristband. Now comes home with it. And that's there for a strike. Murtha taking all the way. Maddie Johnson in the on-deck circle. So 1 out, bottom of the third. Ruby Saltzman at second base. Murtha with a 3-ball, 1-strike count. And that is going to be there for strike 2. Some of the home fans didn't agree, thought that was a little high and outside. So 3 balls, 2 strikes for the third baseman for the Lady Buffs. Senior settles in, ready to go. Murtha batting from the right side. Sends this one down the third base line, and then they're going to call foul. So Murtha will regain her bat, head back to the batter's box. Quick conversation with the right side of the infield, first and second out with the pitcher, Cassidy Polson, I guess to make sure they're all on the same page here. Polson comes home. And that's drilled out to left field and a line drive for an out. Man, Murtha just hummed that one out there for out number 2. I mean, that was so fortunate for CeCe Guardo. She didn't have to move.
Madison Johnson.
And so that'll bring up Madison Johnson. Maddie grounded out to the third baseman, her last at bat. So 2 outs here in the third. You don't want to waste the Saltzman leadoff double. And that's down the left field line, foul and out of play. nice swing by Maddie Johnson. Turns into a long strike. Madison, the 5'7" junior from Flower Mound. So she'll pick up her bat. We'll retreat. Get another conversation out on the circle. Long conversation. Yeah, that was a real long conversation. I could see it if somebody was warming up, but nobody is warming up. So, probably just trying to change the timing for Maddie Johnson. She settles back in, ready to go. It's high for a ball. So 1-1 count on the shortstop for the Lady Buffs. Junior looks at one outside for a ball. 2-1 the count. Megan Gerke in the on-deck circle for the Lady Buffs. Should Johnson get aboard? Lady Buffs lead it 3-0 here in the bottom of the third. That's down the right field line, but that's going to be fouling out of play. Lady Buffs scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Have a hit in each inning. So Johnson settles back in, and that one hits her, and so she'll head down to first base. Second batter hit by the pitcher. So runners at first and second. And that'll bring up Megan Gerke. Well, instead, maybe a pitch hitter here. It'll be Gabriela Valforte. 5'10" junior from Fort Worth.
Hitting number 9, Gabriela Valforte.
So Gabby will come to the plate, batting from the right side. Valforte, her 63rd plate appearance this season. She has 15 hits. Looks at strike one. She's scored 5, but she's driven in 14. She's walked 7 times, struck out 9. Batting .242 at the plate. Sends this one slow roller back up to the shortstop who bobbles it. And now they've got Saltzman in a rundown. And Saltzman is safe at third base, so luckily for the Lady Buffs. Saltzman thought they had made a throw and rounded third. Was on her way to home, but instead got caught in that rundown. And so
Take her out. Take her out. Take her out.
Valforte gets the hit. And that brings out head coach Ashley Hickman to talk to her right-hander, talk to her infield. So Valforte at first, Johnson moves over to second, Saltzman's at third. Long conversation. And the home plate umpire now finally walking out there whether or not they're going to make a change. So they're going to stay with Paulson. Bases are loaded. That will bring up Julie Guzman.
Julie Guzman.
So Guzman, who got hit by a pitch her last at bat and scored a run. She's on for her second opportunity. Looks at a strike on the outside corner. Guzman batting .276. Batting from the right side. Settles in, ready to go. Pitch is high for a ball. So there's 2 outs in the inning. Bases are full for the Lady Buffs. And the Lady Buffs trying to break this up open. They lead it 3-0. Wind blowing from the southeast, so from right to left, this is hit out into shallow right field, and circling underneath is the second baseman, Miep, who comes up and makes that put out on a fly out to the second baseman for out number 3. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. We have played 3 complete. Lady Buffs lead it 3-0. We'll take a timeout. Be back for the top of the 4th after this. So the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Link is now Optimum, with award-winning internet, TV, and mobile, giving you the power to get closer and go farther with speed and reliability. With our new 100% fiber internet we're building, together with Optimum Mobile, voted #1 in customer satisfaction, you'll get the complete connectivity you deserve. And when you combine Optimum's award-winning connectivity with our 24/7 customer service, your future is only a connection away.
So top of the 4th inning as Kyra Lair comes out for her 4th inning of work. So far, Kyra's given up 2 hits, no runs. She struck out 7. And she gets ready to face the 3, 4, and 5 batters in the lineup. For Western New Mexico, Cece Duardo will lead things off. She singled her last at bat. She'll be followed by Brianna Munoz and Ariana Munoz. So the left fielder batting from the right side fouls this one off for strike 1. Her last at bat, she singled right up the middle. A nice little hit, and was left stranded at first base. Fajardo looks at a pitch outside. That evens the count at 1-1. Arnold settles in. Fouls this one off down the first base line. So 1 ball, 2 strike count for the left fielder for the Mustangs. Lair gets the ball back, has a conversation with Johnson, who retreats to her shortstop position. So the lead off here in the top of the 4th, that's a ball, is Cece Guajardo. She runs the count full at 2-2. Fouls that one off as well. Keeps the count at 2-2. Everyone's having a good day on this Good Friday. Pleasant day, about 60 now. That one's fouled off at the plate. Not too sure that didn't hit her hands when she was swinging through it. So keeps the count at 2-2. Kyra Lair looking for her 13th win on the season. Toes the rubber and then gets set to come home with it. And this is drilled out to center field and circling underneath. Ruby Saltzman pulls that one in. So fly out to center for out number 1. They'll bring up Brianna Munoz, who popped up to the first baseman her last at bat.
First baseman number 9, Brianna Munoz.
So Munoz batting from the right side. The older sister, she's a grad student at Western New Mexico. Dexter, New Mexico. Pops this one up down into left field. And Rufus settles underneath. So quick 1-2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Lady Buffs lead it 3-0. Fun afternoon if you've got a chance to come out to the ballpark. Kind of enjoy what's going on this Good Friday. Munoz is Ariana Munoz, the younger sister. Looks at strike. No, that was a little low. Ball 1. Ariana Southmore playing third base. She flied out to Rufus back in the second inning. Takes a big cut, comes up empty at a high fastball. There had that one and those are hard to lay off of when they're right about the numbers or your shoulders. Just feel like that's in your wheelhouse. Comes back with the same pitch, and that's going to be singled out into left field for the third hit of the ball game as Ariana gets aboard. So that's the third hit that Lair's given up.
Shortstop number 13, Kennedy Gerard.
So it brings up Kennedy Gerard, who struck out her last at bat. Kennedy batting from the right side. First pitch, outside corner, misses. Quick throw to first, but Munoz is back. So ball 1 for Gerard. Pitches on the inside corner is low. So 2-0 the count. On the junior from Carlsbad, California. Kennedy settles back in, batting from the right side. The outside corner's there for a strike. So 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs here in the inning, and Ariana Munoz on at first base. Kyra Lair gets the pitch and comes home with it. That's going to be popped up down the first base line. And that is a good effort. Trying to get over there quickly. A host of Lady Buff infielders and outfielders trying to get there. Guzman, McConnell. Turns into a long strike, make it 2-2 to count. Lair comes home with it. High for a ball outside. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on the shortstop for the Mustangs. Lady Buffs lead it 3-0 here in the top of the 4th. Let's drill down the left field line, fouling out a play. Munoz off with the pitch on a 3-2 count. Gerard settles back in, batting from the right side. Off-speed pitch hit to third. Murtha comes up, throwing to first in time for the putout. And so Gerard is retired 5-3 for out number 3. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We have played 3.5. Lady Buffs lead it 3-0. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is gonna be tough. I mean, that's a bag full of Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwiches with tangy buffalo sauce and creamy buttermilk ranch, melty Monterey Jack cheese, and 3 crunchy chicken strips. How long will you have to wait before you enjoy yours? Oh, about that long. Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich is back for a limited time, just like you like it.
Here we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Lady Buffs lead it 3 runs on 3 hits to no runs on 3 hits. They did come back with that error on Western New Mexico. They're kind of trying to debate whether it was an error or not. And so they changed it from 3 runs to 4 hits to 3 runs and 3 hits. And so we go 8 and 9 in the batting order, then top of the order for the Lady Buffs. Cheyenne Sanchez will lead things off. She flew out to left field her last at bat. She's 0 for 1 at the plate today. Cheyenne's first pitch swinging out to left field. And that's over the head of the left fielder, so Cheyenne will motor around from first to second base, slides in there safely. So a leadoff double. 2nd inning in a row, the Lady Buffs been able to do that. Time Ruby Saltzman did that, but she was left stranded at third base in the 3rd inning. So that'll bring up Brittany Rufus.
Number 20, Brittany Rufus.
So Brittany Rufus will head to the plate, batting .398 on the season. Brittany, who had a double her last at bat, pops this one out into left field. And circling underneath, pull that one in is CC Gerardo. So Brittany flies out to left for out number 1. Go back to the top of the order, Gabby McConnell.
Number 10, Gabby McConnell.
So the freshman from Sioux Falls will settle back in, batting from the right side. She's 0 for 2 at the plate. She lined out to the second baseman back in the 2nd and grounded out to the shortstop. She's 0 for 2. Batting .362. Gabby settles in, ready to go from the right side. Off-speed pitch is high for a ball. So that runs the count to 2-0 for Gabby McConnell. One aboard at second base. That's Cheyenne Sanchez. One out. That's going to be high and outside. So 3-0 the count from Cassidy Paulson. Paulson checks the wristband, comes home with it. And that's in there for a strike. It's McConnell taking all the way. Gabby looking to see if she's going to get a strike, and that one came in right at the knees. Outfield pretty much straight away. McConnell batting .362. It's high for ball 4, so runners at first and second. That's the second walk given up by Paulson.
Center fielder number 7, Ruby Salzman.
Now with 2 aboard, that brings up Ruby Salzman. 37 runs driven in this season. Ruby batting from the right side. Looks at a pitch low for a ball. Salzman grounded out to third base, her first at bat, then hit a leadoff double in the third, but got left stranded at third base. The bases were loaded in the third for the Buffs, but they couldn't bring anything home. Looks at a strike there. So that evens the count at 1-1. Senior from Northridge, California, batting from the right side. Hit hard toward the third baseman, steps on third, over to first, not in time. So Salzman is aboard on a fielder's choice. And Cheyenne Sanchez is erased. 5 unassisted for out number 2.
Lady number 32, Emily Boyer.
Gabby McConnell moves over to second base. So Salzman at first, McConnell at second. That brings up Emily Boyer, a designated player who has walked and popped up to the first baseman. 0 for 1 at the plate. Emily. First pitch pops this one up, and it is out of play behind us. So that turns into a long strike for Emily. Freshman settles back in, batting from the right side. Low and outside for a ball. So that evens the count at 1-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 outs for the Lady Buffs, 2 aboard. Wind now blowing fairly solid from the southeast, east-southeast. So from right to left across the infield. And on the outside corner, got the corner. Strike 2 on Emily Boyer. Boyer settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. That's high for a ball. So 2-2 the count. Boyer will settle back in, batting. That pitch advances everybody. That was kind of I think it would hit her leg, Paulson's leg, as she was doing her windup, and it was behind the batter. So that runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Everybody advances 1 base. So runners at second and third now for Boyer. Cassidy Paulson checks the wristband once again. Comes home with it, and that's driven right up the middle for a base hit. So that'll plate 2 runs for the Lady Buffs. As Paulson comes through with a 2 RBI single. And the Lady Buffs lead it now 5-0. You see it right up to the right side of the pitcher. That's out into center field.
Third baseman number 12, Diana Murtha.
So Paulson gets set to face Diana Murtha. Boyer over at first base. Murtha, who is 1 for 2. She had home run her first at bat, then lined out a straight shot right to the left fielder back in the 3rd inning. So to pitch outside for a ball. Time's called by Coach Moog. Oh, he's going to send in a pitch runner. Okay. So Emily Boyer does a nice job. She'll come out, and coming in to run for her, Nikki Warren, 5'3" sophomore from Orangeville, California. So a little bit more speed on the base pass. So a 1-0 count for Diana Murtha. She settles back in, batting from the right side. It's got the outside corner for a strike. So 1-1 the count. Nice pitch right down at the knees. Got the outside corner. Murtha settles back in, big open stance. That left foot almost out of the batter's box. Sends this one down the third base line. Right at Coach Mook, who ducks out of the way. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Murtha settles back in, ready to go. Sends this one, a little nubbler out to the shortstop, who's able to glove it. And so a pop up to the shortstop for out number 3. So the Lady Buffs, they send 7 to the plate. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. There are no errors and 1 left on base. We have played 4 complete. The Lady Buffs lead it 5-0. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the low.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Chicken dance just completed here at Schaefer Park. Lady Buffs lead 5-0, 5 runs on 5 hits. And we go to the top of the 5th. For Western New Mexico, it'll be 7, 8, 9 in the lineup for them. Kaylee Hickman to lead things off. First pitch down low. It's ball 1. The umpires are even doing the chicken dance out there. So everybody's relaxing a little bit here on a sun-splashed afternoon in Canyon, Texas. 60 degrees. Not a bad afternoon. Wind not too bad. Off-speed pitch. Had Hickman out in front. last at bat, Hickman struck out, and again, she was fooled by Lair's pitches. The off-speed pitch really caused problems for her. Outside corner's a strike. Good fastball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind picking up once again. Hickman ready to go. Outside misses for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. So Hickman, Amijo, and Bleak. 7, 8, 9 in the lineup to come up here in the 5th inning. Friday afternoon affair. This is the last of 3 between these two clubs. Off-speed pitch is fouled off. That's when Hickman just did fight it off because she wanted to swing but had to hold the bat back to make contact. Keeps the count at 2-2. And got her swinging on strike 3. And that is the 8th strikeout for Kyra Lair.
Second baseman number 5, Nicole Armijo.
So Nicole Armijo comes up. She singled her last at bat out into right field. It went off the right side of the pitcher's mound. Looks at ball 1. Nicole settles back in. Looks at a strike on the inside part of the plate. So he evens the count at 1-1. Mio settles back in. And that one fouled off at the plate. Runs the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Mihep settles back in. Off-speed pitch right back to Lair. Guns it over to first base in time for the 1-3 putout for out number 2. Gonna bring up Maddie Bleak. The catcher struck out her last at bat. Five to nothing. Top of the 5th.
Pitch hitting number 11, Jenna Peters.
And a pitch hitter for Bleak. And Jenna Peters, freshman from Lake Elsinore, California. Batting from the right side. Looks to strike 1. Jenna, freshman, 5'7". Looks to strike 2. That one just came in at the outside corner. So the 0-2 count on the pitch hitter. Takes a swing, slow roller hit to third, and throwing her out is Diana Murtha. She's retired 5-3 for out number 3. So no runs on no hits, no errors. Nobody on base. We have played 4.5. Lady Buffs lead at 5-0. We'll take a timeout. Be back after this.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Well, in between innings, obviously some festivities had occurred. Here are the battle balls that are taking place here at Schaefer Park.
3, 2, 1, you guys better go.
And here's the first battle, and
We have a winner.
that's all it's going to be. They ran out of time in between trying to get the battle balls on. And so, one and done.
Leading off for your Lady Buffs, shortstop number 17, Madison Johnson.
Madison Johnson will get set to lead things off for the Lady Buffs. Madison was hit by a pitch back in the third inning, got stranded at second. She grounded out to the third baseman in the first. So now the umpire said everybody's clear of the field, so we can get ready to go. Cassidy Polson out for her 5th inning of work. Allowed 5 Lady Buff runs on 6 hits. Maddie Johnson looks at ball, or strike one, excuse me. So she's down in the count 0-1. Drives this one down the left field line, fouling out a play. Good Friday ball game. Buffs lead it 5-0 here at Schaefer Park. That one's down the right field line, fouling out a play. So Maddie Johnson down in the count 0-2 to Cassidy Polson. So Johnson settles in, ready to go. Polson's delivery, slow roller, hit to third. Backhanded by Guzman, over to Guzman in time for the 5-3 put out for out number 1. Munoz to Munoz, I should say. Ariana Munoz to Brianna Munoz. So that'll bring up Gabby Valforte. Valforte, who singled her last at bat. Batting from the right side. Fouls this one off at the plate. So an 0-1 count on Valforte. Gabby settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. And pitches inside for a ball. So 1-1 to count. Valforte settles in, pops this one up. And the catcher calls it and makes the catch. And so, nice grab. by Maddie Bleak. As Valforte pops up to the catcher for out number 2. So that'll bring up Julie Guzman. Guzman, who was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second, flied out to the second baseman back in the third. So Guzman settles in, ready to go, batting from the right side. First pitch swinging, good fastball, couldn't catch up to it. She's down in the count, 0-1. Cassidy Polson. Checks the wristband and then gets set to come home with it. Inside pitch misses for a ball. So 1-1 to count. So Polson comes home with it. It's going to be low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Should she get aboard, then Sanchez in the on-deck circle. Cheyenne still got the leg protectors on. Bunt shown, and that's fouled off at the plate. So that evens the count at 2-2. 2's across the top of the scoreboard here at Schaefer Park. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Polson continues to battle here, trailing 5-0, but still in there going after it. Pitch is high for a ball. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Guzman settles back in, sends this one over to the third baseman's head for a single to the left. Got past the left fielder. She's going to make her way to third base. So I'm wondering if they'll score that as a single and an error. E7 on that. So again, you watch here, just a solid wrap over the third baseman's head. Then the left fielder, CeCe Guardo, just misplayed it. Rolls back to the fence, and that allows for Guzman motor around to third base. So that'll bring up Diane Sanchez. Sanchez is 1 for 2. She had a double back in the 4th. Got thrown out going to third base on a couple of at-bats later.
Number 18, Cheyenne Sanchez.
So Cheyenne's 1 for 2 at the plate, batting .297, batting from the left side. Cheyenne settles in. Julie Guzman over at third base. That pitch misses for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Sanchez settles back in. Fouls this one off at the plate. Sanchez from Hacienda Heights, California, the 5'5" junior, has a 1-1 count on her. Sanchez settles back in. Pops this one off foul behind home plate. Sanchez settles back in, a 1-2 count now. Brittany Rufus in the on-deck circle should Cheyenne get aboard. That one misses for a ball. Evens the count at 2-2. Sanchez will settle. Batting from the left side. Shows bunt. Brings the bat back and sends this one down the left field line. Got the left fielder turned around, and she can't come up with it. So a run comes home as Sanchez will get to second base once again. Drives in the 6th run of the ball game for the Lady Buffs. See if they call that an error or a hit. Sanchez will drive in a run. So 6-0, Lady Buffs lead this one. And they're switching, and they're going to make a pitching change. And so now they have a new right fielder and a new left fielder. And coming in from left field is Cece Hardo. So we'll see what the pitching change is here. Lady Buffs lead it 6-0. Lady Buffs 6 runs on 8 hits. They've left 5 on base today. So they didn't make a pitching change. They just, Paulson's still in there. Just changed the outfielders. So we'll have to check and see who the new right fielder is as Kaylee Hickman goes over to left field. So they're getting who the new right fielder is that's sent in. So that'll be so that may be the designated player. We'll check and see. That could be Adley Alvaderas, who goes out into right field.
Pitch running, number 31, Ruby Moore.
Also a pitch runner for the Lady Buffs. That's Ruby Moore.
Number 20, Brittany Rufus.
So Brittany Rufus will come up after all that. New right fielder. Right fielder moves to left field. New pitch runner. But still Cassidy Paulson throwing it at home. And that's in there for ball 1. So Brittany doubled her first at bat in the 2nd inning, was left stranded at second. She flied out to left field in her last at bat. She's 1 for 2 today. Batting .393. It's at ball 2 there. So 2-0 the count on the junior from Mansfield. He fouls that one off at the plate. So now 2 balls and a strike. Should Brittany get aboard, then it will be Gabby McConnell to come back up. Rufus settles in, batting from the left side. Pops this one up. And let's see who's going to catch it. The third baseman able to pull that one in. That was Ariana Munoz. And so Brittany pops up to third for out number 3. Lady Buffs get 1 run on 1 hit. So they did label that an error. 1 error in the inning and 1 left on base. We have played 5 innings. Look at the number right. Lady Buffs lead at 6-0. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
orders and get helped, get fitted, and get your questions answered, and find out about our price matching online today.
We go to the top of the 6th inning, and it'll be the leadoff for the Mustangs of Western New Mexico, Adley Alvarez, who now is, instead of being the designated player, is, I believe, the right fielder. First pitch in there for a strike. Alvarez, who has struck out twice. She's down in the count 0-1 to Kyra Lair. Kyra with a pitch. It's high for a ball. Kyra working here in the 6th inning. She's allowed 3 hits so far. That one misses outside for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike. Kyra, who allowed a hit in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th. Also has 8 strikeouts on the day. A little check swing that's down the left field line, foul and out of play. So evens the count at 2-2. Sierra Salazar in the on-deck circle. And then we'll see who bats 3rd. And that is all just missed. So that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Adley getting the benefit of the doubt on that one as she stands back in to bat from the left side. Kyra Lair comes home with it, and the soft swing is out on strikes. It's out number 1. It's the 9th strikeout of the ball game for the senior from Canyon, Texas.
Center fielder number 2, Sierra Salazar.
So Sierra Salazar, who is 0 for 2 as well at the plate, she struck out twice. First pitch sends it down the left field line, and coming over to catch that one. Nice play, nice run by Brittany Rufus in left field on a fly out to left for out number 2.
The DP number 12, Ceci Guardo.
So they just change. That's exactly what happened. So Ceci Guardo now is the designated player. She was taken out of left field and brought in as Adley Alvarez went out into right field, taking a swing and coming up empty. Ceci down in the count 0-1. She is singled and she's flown out to center field. She's 1 for 2 today at the plate. Batting from the right side. So Lair settles back in. He had to tie the shoe for a moment. Off-speed pitch. Had Guajardo out in front. So she's down in the count 0-2. Trying to get a board. She got a board in the 1st inning on a single. Fouls this one off at the plate. Megan Kirky comes up. So Guajardo settles back in, batting from the right side. Off-speed pitch just misses. They're going to appeal, say she did not go around. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. from El Monte, California. CC. Pops this one up to second base. Over to first in time for the putout. She's retired 4-3 on the putout by Gabby McConnell. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody on base. Played 5.5. Lady Buffs lead at 6-0. We'll take a timeout and be back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Energy is a glowing sphere of hot gas. It's an ocean of air. And at Excel Energy, we make it safe. It's why we train first responders. Help you identify where utility lines are buried. Sir, do not dig there. And it's why we study the flight paths of majestic golden eagles before we build a wind farm. Safer energy, people. It's all part of a carbon-free 2050. You, us, together.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
Well, we go to the top of the order for the Lady Buffs here. The bottom of the sixth, they lead at 6-0. 6 runs on 6 hits. There's a little discrepancy on that. We have 6 runs on 8 hits, so it kind of goes back and forth there. And so we're trying to get that sorted out on the errors situation. But 6 runs on 8 hits, no runs on 3 hits for Western New Mexico. And Gabby McConnell will lead things off. Looks at strike one. Polson out there. Now the new right fielder is Abby Alvarez, and the new left fielder is Kylie Hickman. So it was a change they made in the last inning. It's kind of interesting how they made the change. So 1-1 count on Gabby McConnell. Fouls that one off at the plate. So she's down in the count 1-2. Ruby Saltzman will bat next, then Emily Boyer. 1, 2, and 3 in the lineup for the Lady Buffs. So McConnell settles back in, batting from the right side, off-speed pitch. It's kind of hit foul. Nice effort by Ariana Munoz. Dives for that one. They're going to check her, make sure. I mean, she kind of really hit the turf hard. Trying to get that one. Boy, a nice effort. And she says, yeah, I'm okay. I'll feel it probably on the bus ride home, but she slowly goes back to third base. We're going to let her stretch out for a moment. Umpire at third. And she really tried desperately to get that one. Just a diving effort, and just came up a little short. So 1-2 count on McConnell. Sends this one towards the shortstop. Backpedals, throws over to first base, but not in time. And so an infield single for Gabby McConnell. That's kind of the perfect place to hit it to get the shortstop off balance. So she has to go to her right, play it, and then come up throwing. And so she was deep in the hole. Made the catch, but just couldn't get it over to first base in time. So Ruby Saltzman comes up. Ruby, who was 1 for 3 at the plate today. Sends this one out into left center field, and that is gone. They didn't even turn around, and she got a hold of that one. A 2-run blast for Ruby Saltzman. Saltzman got all of that one. Drove that out to left center field. Right about 220. As the Lady Buffs win it by final of 8-0 as, again, Saltzman just connects it on that one. And so Lady Buffs will score 2 runs on 2 hits here in the inning. Nobody left, and they win it 8-0. And again, a 2-run home run by Ruby Saltzman. We'll talk to Ruby after we take a timeout. Lady Buffs win this one 8-0. And picking up the win, of course, Kyra Lair proves to 13-1 on the season. And so Lady Buffs gave up 5 hits in this series. 3 of those today. We'll take a timeout, be back with our post-game interviews, but first this break on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Jenkins Doors and Windows began serving the Texas Panhandle in 1927, and we take pride in being a part of your neighborhood. We don't use false promises or gimmicks. We simply offer quality doors and windows at a fair price, and we stand behind every sale. Jenkins is family owned and operated, and proudly continues the traditions of quality and excellence that started over 80 years ago. Call us at 372-4336 or stop by our showroom at 820 West 6th and let our knowledgeable staff help you pick out the perfect doors and windows for your home.
Went for a onside kick. Landed on my knee pretty hard and ended up fracturing my femur. I ended up having to go back and have surgery. Even the day after I had surgery, I was back in the clinic here. It's nice to have people help me rehab at a caliber of what I'm used to feeling like I can do. One thing that I really liked was having the access to the turf, because that's what I'm used to playing on. Now, I mean, it feels like nothing had ever happened. You have a choice of where you can go. This is one of the best places in Amarillo.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
For a 4 p.m. doubleheader. It is Youth Day, and all kids get in.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Delicious, refreshing, Pepsi.
We know that egg producers don't quit at 5 p.m. We don't quit until the job's done either. Bankers' hours don't apply at First United Bank because we believe egg lending isn't a 9-to-5 job. While you're out working the fields or managing the herd, we're making sure your money is working too. Whether it's for livestock, land, or equipment, we're one of the most dominant egg lenders in the state and have been burning the midnight oil since 1907. First United Bank. We know ag lending. We know ag.
Well, welcome back to Schaefer Park as the Lady Buffs win this one 8-0, sweep the series with Western New Mexico, and the Lady Buffs win this one. And I'll go ahead and we'll rerun the replay here. You won't get to see it, but on the home run, tell me what you were looking at and what'd you see?
You know what? I just knew that they kept beating me outside, and I knew in that situation they were going to keep going outside. I had to get my toes in the line and just let my hands go a little bit.
And then it just kind of sailed out and just kept going.
Yeah, it felt really good. I had been working, on certain pitches this past week, and I just wanted to execute it, and I thought that worked out perfectly.
It worked out perfectly as the Lady Buffs win this one. That is your 15th home run of the season, and so tell me a little bit how you feel at the plate when you're up there.
Just got to stay loose. I have my bracelet. I think I've told everyone that tells me to breathe, and that's just my mindset. I got to keep the same routine. I can't switch anything up. I'm really superstitious, so everything's got to stay the same. But I'm just telling myself to breathe, relax, and whatever's meant to be is going to be, and I can only control what I can control.
Well, the bats obviously worked in this series. You guys were seeing the ball very well, were able to make a lot of hits. But talk a little bit, too, about the pitching in this series, because that made things for you guys, didn't it?
Oh, our pitchers are just awesome. I believe we have the best pitching staff in the whole conference, and they work their butts off every day at practice as well as everyone else. And you could just see out there, I mean, the girls yesterday, both Emily Wilson, Emily Boyer, almost threw a no-hitter, until that last inning there, but hey, it works, got the win.
Well, it definitely does. In fact, when you say that even today only gave up 3 hits, and if you're Kyra Larry going, I'm kind of disappointed because I gave up 3. Everybody else only gave up 1, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, talk a little bit about hitting, too, and the strength in your batting order. And I think that's something that teams have to be very cautious of.
No, absolutely. I mean, Cheyenne Sanchez just hit her first home run yesterday. I think 2 weeks ago, Gabby McConnell just hit it. I think everyone in our lineup could come up at any situation and hit a home run, and that's exactly what a good lineup is. Like I said, we work our butts off every day. We're the hardest working team in this conference in the nation, and I believe it, and it's paying off, and it's awesome.
Well, you're setting yourself up not only obviously for the conference, but then postseason afterwards. So 35th win, so congratulations on the victory.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Ruby Saltzman joining us on the postgame show. And I'm not sure, we got Coach Mook coming up here real quick. And she's got her fans, and she's going to head over and see her fans. Mike Mook comes up and joins us, and congratulations on the win, first of all. And the series sweep. And I guess from a coaching standpoint, I don't know what you're more proud of, the fact the bats were just crazy or the pitching was incredible.
Yeah, we always talk about being able to be on top of all 3 areas, pitching, defense, and hitting, and I thought we did a really good job this weekend of that.
You're one of your better pitchers only gives up 3 hits, but that's the worst outing of the 3 this weekend. So were they just feeling that good, or was just everything seemed to kind of come in place?
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job of locating the ball. I thought our catchers did a really good job of calling pitches. Again, that's a team they can hit. I've seen them put up some runs against some good teams, so to be able to hold them down like that, really impressive.
35th win, only 4 losses so far this season, and so I know you got a road trip you've got coming up, and then you'll be back here next weekend. And so how are you guys kind of pacing as you the season, Lone Star Conference, and then, of course, going to the playoffs?
Our goal is just to keep getting better every single day, every single week. Just starts in practice, making sure our next practice we show up and we just get a little bit better. If we do that, things will work out well. Do you feel like you've peaked yet, or do you feel like you're still building toward that? I think we still got some room for improvement, which is exciting. I think we're playing phenomenal. But as a team, I think we're just going to keep getting better.
Well, congratulations. Second to Little SC, watching to see what Tyler does, obviously. But, again, you seem to be motoring on at the right time.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. All
right. Coach Monk, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the win. Lady Buffs do take 3 in this series as they win Game 1 yesterday 10-0, 12-0 in the second game. And then they finish this one out on the Ruby Saltzman 2-run home run to win it in 6, 8-0. Big thanks to our Thunder Vision crew for helping to bring the pictures in this one today. And until next time, next Saturday, we'll be right back here at Schaefer Park. Until then, I'm Bryce Sheets. This is the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.